Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Text number 12 of the Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 1. Tasya Sanjanayan Harsham Guru Virida Pitamaha Simha Nadam Vinad Yochai Sancham Dadmao Pratapavam. Then the great valiant grandsire of the Kuru dynasty, the grandfather of the fighters, blew his conch shell very loudly, making a sound like the roar of a lion, giving Duryodhana joy. So this is Bhishma. Bhishma is the grandfather ng magpipinsan, the Kauravas and the Pandavas. But unfortunately, he has to side with the Kauravas. Although pure devotee siya ni Krishna and very favorable sa mga pamangkin niya na Pandavas. So lolo siya pero hindi siya yung direct lolo. Parang tito lolo. Sa India maraming names sa ganun eh. In the Philippines, lolo pa rin siya. So, nag-blow siya ng conch shell niya. And he effortlessly blew it na sobrang lakas that it sounded like a lion, a roar of a lion. This is just to give Duryodhana na encouragement because of what happened na diplomacy na diniscuss natin yesterday. Binibigyan niya ng lakas ng loob. Okay, papagbigyan kita. This just means na dutiful person si Bhishma. Napunta na siya dun sa wrong side of the war. Kasama niya yung mga hindi niya gusto ring mga personalities. Pero kailangan niya gawin yung duties niya. Accountable siya doon. Nag-decision siya doon eh. Then kailangan niya gawin ng maayos. So, he will conduct the fight. He will fight violently then. And maraming mamatay na mga sa side ng Pandavas because of him. We will learn much more about this as we move forward. Text 13. After that, the conch shells, drums, bugles, trumpets, and horns were all suddenly sounded, and the combined sound was tumultuous. Yung mga musicians are part of the wars. Ang ganda nun, di ba? Habang nag-war sila, may mga band na nag-play ng mga musical instruments. And kasama sa Code of War, hindi nila pwedeng patayin yung mga musicians nung kabilang party. They have to spare them. And it will be boring nga naman pag nagalaban sila tapos walang mga background music. I could imagine na lang kung paano yung scenario na ito. In the modern age, nakikita ko lang to kapag may mga nag-rally, may nag-riot sa mga rally. Meron doon, may friend ako doon, meron siyang djembe. Pinopost niya palagi sa Instagram niya. Tapos may panood ako last time, may mga saxophone, yung mga part na nag-rally. Tapos nag-war sila ba? Riot lang, small time war. But during this time, it's a big thing. After ma-blow na yung conch shell, nag-start na yung background music, yung mga instruments. It's not just like recorded music. Live talaga sila. And it gives encouragement and motivation din sa mga warriors para mag-war. Tapos sumisigaw din sila. 14. On the other side, sabi na nila Krishna to, both Lord Krishna and Arjuna stationed on a great chariot drawn by white horses sounded their transcendental conch shells. So, dinescribe na rito, first time, yung chariot sa side ni Krishna and Arjuna. So, si Krishna is a big sign na mananalo kagad yung mga Pandavas. One sign of victory. And also, kapag si Krishna nandun, yung eternal consort niya, si Lakshmi Devi, the fortune is also there. So, Yung fortune na sa side ng Pandavas. Of course, opposite it is yung unfortune. So, ang mananalo, second sign, yung Pandavas side. Here, dinescribe din yung chariot ni Arjuna, which is donated to ni Agni. Long story to, pero we'll try to get the concise or nectar nung pastimes na to. Way back, nung naka-exile yung mga Pandavas, lumalayo sila dun sa mga Kauravas kasi nga may conflict. Ang wish lang nila magkaroon sila ng land to rule. Bibigyan na namin sa inyo lahat. Kasi Kshatriyas kami, administrators kami. At least give us some land. So ang inisip ni Duryodhan, meron yung part na land na deserted and very unfertile yung land. So binigay nila yon sa mga Pandavas. And si Krishna, lagi siyang supportive sa mga cousins niya sa Pandavas. So what happened was, they want to make something out of it. Pero hindi ganun kadali. Why? Kasi yung lugar na yon is may forest siya, at the same time marami ding desert. So yung forest na yun is very dense. At the same time, yung lugar na meron sila is just desert. So they met this very pale and weak man na may problem siya sa stomach niya. Kaya hindi siya makakain. Magulo yung digestion niya. And nung kinausap nila to, si Agni pala to, the god of fire. So because of people offering sacrifices, fire yagna, and nagbibigay sila ng ghee doon sa fire. Kung nakita niyo, di ba, pag may fire sacrifice, nalagay ng ghee yung priest, yung Ritvik priest. Swaha. Nasobrahan ng ghee yung offer dun sa fire. So sumakit dun siya ni Agni. And gusto niyang i-devour yung isang forest kasi andun niya yung mga herbs na magkagamot sa tiyan niya. Gusto niya kainin yon. Pero hindi niya magawa. Bakit? Doon sa forest na yon, andun yung king of serpent, si Takshaka. So si Indra, friend niya si Takshaka. Si Indra, god of heaven, and at the same time, siya yung naka-duty para sa mga rain, para sa weather. So habang gustong gawin ni Agni na kainin yung forest na yun, yung buong forest na yun, si Indra nagpapaulan. Pero lumapit na si Agni kay Krishna sa si Arjuna. Okay, tutulungan ka namin. Pero si Indra, ayaw din mangyari yon. So ang ginawa ni Krishna sa ni Arjuna, naghanap sila ng katapat ni Indra, isang demigod din, si Varuna. So si Indra sa si Varuna yung naglaban. Pero true enough, nanalo si Varuna doon, pero si Arjuna saka si Krishna is very virtuous. Niligtas pa rin nila yung friend ni Indra, si Takshaka, naligtas na nila. So, si Agni was given permission to devour this land, this forest, dense forest, and walang halos nakatakas dito. The creepers, the trees, the herbs, the other animals, lalo-lalo na yung mga serpents, kasi yung serpents, hindi sila mabilis, hindi sila marunong lumipad. So, mamatay sila sa mga forest fires. But at the same time, habang nangyayari to, may isang demon na nagmakaawa din kala Krishna na spare sila. Yung isang demon na to nakatira dito, si Mayasura. The demon Maya. So, isang personality ng demon na to na magiging monumental part ng next chapter sa Mahabharata na to. So after si Agni, kunin na yung Kandava forest, Kandava van. Nakain niya na to lahat. Gumaling na siya. And he gave a boon kay Krishna and Arjuna. Binigay niya yung chariot kay Arjuna kasi alam nila na magagamit sa war. So very valiant itong or invincible tong chariot na to. Kaya in the future, yung Battle of Kurukshetra, ito yung gamit nila. Another sign na victory ang meron sa side ni Krishna sa ni Arjuna or the Pandavas. Text 15. Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called Panchajanya. Arjuna blew his the Devadatta, and Bhima, the voracious eater and performer of Herculean tasks, blew his terrific conch shell called Poundra. Lord Krishna, sa verse na to, sa Sanskrit, he was referred as Rishikesh. So magugulat kayo pag binasa niyo yung Srimad Bhagavad Gita, ang daming names ni Krishna sa kani Arjuna. Most of it are endearment. Di ba yung mga magpa-partners, marami silang endearment. May babe, baby, love. So, in a poetic way, ito yung nagalak sa mga conversations now. Nagkukulang ng poetic way how to converse with people, lalo na with love. Lalo na with partnership. Minsan nakakalimutan nila to, but it's very sweet. It's very sweet. So, in Sanskrit also, nakita natin yung mga binabasa nating verses, lalo na sa yung Sanskrit mismo, is metered siya. May rhyming, calculated yung mga syllables nila. So, ang ganda kung ganun magsalita, di ba? It's like a song. Very spiritual vibes. Pero ngayon, syempre, what we have is traces na lang na ito. May mga magagaling pa rin mag-compose ng mga songs, lyrics, and poetry. But hindi katulad dati na halos lahat ganun magsalita. I could imagine pag nag-uusap yung mga tao kung ganito sila mag-uusap, di ba? Talking about, normal and regular topics about life and very poetic sila. It will be nice. I believe yung traditional Filipino language is just like this as well. Oh, irog. So, Hirishikesh, the meaning of it is, he is the owner of the senses. We have senses, you have senses, but yung senses ko, ako may-ari. Yung senses mo, ikaw may-ari. Pero si Krishna, siya lahat may-ari ng lahat ng senses. And he uses the senses of his pure devotees. Yung other senses ng normal na tao, hindi niya napakalaman masyado. Pero yung pure devotees, mas involved siya. So it means, kung paano kikilos si Arjuna dito sa war na to, controlled ni Krishna. So this verse is still mentioned by Sanjay. Sinasabi niya kay Dhritarashtra, Rishikesh. So another sign ng victory ng Pandavas. So binibigyan ng real talk ni Sanjay si Dhritarashtra in a much more poetic way. So ito yung mga endearment na to. Si Krishna will be called Madhusudan because he killed the demon Madhu. He will be called Govinda as well. Go is also senses. And also go is also cows. So dalawa yung meaning ng go. So he is the controller or giver of the pleasure sa cows and sa senses. Kaya Govinda. He's also called Vasudeva, yung A na may bar sa dulo or just like double A pag binasa. Because he's the son of Vasudev. Yashoda Nandana kasi son siya ni Mother Yashoda, Devaki Nandana. Parthasarathi, of course, because of driver ng chariot ni Arjuna. And eto nga, yung Rishikesh na name niya, controller of the senses. Si Arjuna, minsan tinawag sa Sabyasachi kasi ibig sabihin nun, dalawang hands niya pa din yung gamitan as left-handed and right-handed. Pag nagpa-practice siya in archery, left and right siya. Sabyasachi. So, Dhananjaya, because nung history neto, he is one who helped his elder brother na si Yudhishthir to gather a man's wealth and defeated many kings para malagay siya sa emperor throne. So on the other side, hindi binanggit yung mga ganitong qualities. Wala kay Duryodhan, walang sign na mananalo yung Kauravas because nag-blow ng conch shell si Bhishma. It sounded like a lion lang. Pero hindi na enthuse yung mga soldiers nila. 16 to 18. King Yudhishthir, the son of Kunti, blew his conch shell na Ananta Vijay. And Nakula and Sahadev, ito yung kambal sa Pandavas, blew the Sugosha and Manipushpaka. The great archer, the king of Kasi, the great fighter Sikandi, Drishtadyumna, Virata, the unconquerable Satyaki, Drupada, the sons of Jopadi, the other and others, O king, such as the mighty armed son of Subhadra, all blew their respective conch shells. So pag-blow ng conch shell ni Krishna, nag-blow na rin yung mga Pandavas ng conch shells nila and other warriors. And because of this, nagsisigawan na yung mga tao. Sobrang excited na sila. Sobrang lakas ng music. Sobrang lakas ng sounds. Of course, nag-play na rin yung mga musicians nila. And very tactfully, kinukwento ni Sanjay ito kay Dhritarashtra. Ito na yung result ng mga bad decisions na meron ka before. Kasi inalaw mo yung mga Kauravas na i-try na patayin yung mga Pandavas, which is mga pamangkin mo. Ito na yung may experience mo ngayon. Kasi yung anak mo na si Duryodhan is very demoniac. Sabi nga, seen personified. You're the elder sa kingdom and also supposedly the role model, pero hinayaan mo, kinonsinti mo. So what will happen is, babalik yung karma sa'yo. Text 19. Blowing of these different conch shells became uproarious. Vibrating both in the sky and on the earth, it shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. Because of this, it boosts the confidence of the Pandavas and it breaks or shattered the hearts ng mga kalaban nila. Umpisa pa lang, talo na yung mga Kauravas. In the sports, kung nakita natin, minsan sa stare down pa lang ng like mag-boxing, mag-stare down pa lang sila, makikita mo na kung sino mananalo. Makikita mo na kung sino yung discouraged. Makikita mo na kung sino yung very confident sa war or sa fight. This time, nangyari yon sa start ng Battle of Kurukshetra. Umpisa pa lang, kung sino na sa paligid mo, sino yung kakampi mo, ano yung mindset ng isang tao, ano yung nasa heart niya. Malalaman mo na kung manalo siya in life. So the wisdom of the Gita makes a lot of sense for our daily lives. The title of this session is Make It So You Can Fake It. The opposite ng fake it till you make it. Yung mga qualities ng mga spiritually advanced person, they don't flex, they don't boast. They're very humble, even though they're very advanced and marami silang na-achieve sa buhay spiritually. On the other hand, materialistic person, they always flex, they always boast. And ginagamit ng mga advertisement ng mga brands to para isigaw sa mga tao na, oy, may status ako sa society. I'm gonna wear this brand. I'm gonna go to this place. I'm gonna take a selfie on this monumental place sa country na to para i-announce sa mundo na mas mataas yung status ko sa inyo. It doesn't mean that he is really on that status, pero fake it nga eh. So, fini-fake nila para mapunta doon. You know, in the modern times, they want to manifest. They want to attract this. The practice of spirituality is opposite. We are trying our best to be much more humble, to be in the mood of humility and servitorship. To be also sober in our thinking, in our mind. Alam mo yun, may reality check tayo. Hindi tayo clouded lang ng desires and ambitions. Which is very toxic kapag andun tayo sa state na yon. We're always comparing ourselves to others. Or we're just chasing money, chasing fame, chasing power. Tawag nga ng iba doon rat race eh. Paulit-ulit ka na lang. Trying to conquer this mountain. Pagpunta mo doon sa mountain na yon, mas may malaking pa bang mountain. Tapos nag-race ka sa buhay na wala namang finish line. Yung mga spiritual advanced personalities, hindi sila mga keyboard warrior, kung ano yung meron sa modern age ngayon. Mga matatapang, mga nangaaway, or mga critical, especially online. Because it disturbs the minds of people. They don't want to brag. They don't want to, sabi nga ni Prabhupada yung term niya, yung mental gymnasts. Nag-flex lang din sila ng philosophy nila sa buhay. No. Much more nagmamature isang tao, lalo na sa spirituality, much more nagiging humble sila. And one sign is kapag pumapalibot yung ibang mga devotees or people, kapag humingi sila ng association sa great personality, they feel so calm, they feel so inspired, and umangat yung buhay nila in many aspects. Like dito, just the presence of Krishna, lahat ng soldiers na nandun sa side ng Pandavas is boosted with confidence, empowered. The law of osmosis, nahahawa sila. Mind you, may mga demons na nakaside sa Pandavas, mga Rakshasas, Yakshas. Hindi sila mga demigods lang or mga great warriors lang. Yung iba sumide sa Pandavas din. So may mga demons in both sides maglalaban. Galing, di ba? Pero because of Krishna's presence and the other paraphernalia, personalities there, nabuboost yung chances of winning. Actually, 100% panalo nga sila. 108% even. So faking a life also attract fake friends. We don't want this. We don't want fake friends around us. They're just there because they have the benefit na makukuha nila sa association ng isang tao. And if yung tao na yon is nagkaroon siya ng challenges, medyo mag-lay low siya dun sa pag-fake niya sa buhay, mawawala yung mga tao na yun. You could understand this if meron ka maging close na famous person. Very traumatic yung mga experiences nila with people trying to use them. And they will realize na kailangan nila mag-stick or magkaroon ng real friends sa paligid. Otherwise, people will just gather just to, of course, get some fame also, mag-clout chase sa kanila. Use them para sa sariling benefit. Use them to get some money, to extract money from them, or propose some business or whatsoever. So fake life attract fake friends. And surrounding our lives with fake friends, it's very toxic, very dragging. Lalo-lalo na ngayon sa life ng social media, everyone has their persona. Na, of course, hindi lahat, pero mostly yung mga pinopost nila doon is yung up nung buhay nila. Hindi nila pinopost doon kapag malungkot sila or down sila. Of course, yung iba naging real din. Some of the people are keeping it real. But the gist of the internet now is, the social media now is to flex. Meron kasing nabibigay na boost of confidence yung pag-flex. Numbers of likes, numbers of followers, a lot of compliments. Hindi natin maiiwasan to, nagustuhan ng mga tao to. But of course, overindulging with these hormones, the dopamine hormones, hijacks our brain. Hindi na tayo natututo or hindi na tayo nag-effort para magkaroon ng real conversations, na magkaroon ng real relationships sa mga tao. Online man or personal, di ba? Kailangan natin ng realness na to sa buhay. And malalaman natin yung isang tao based kung sino yung mga nakapaligid sa kanila. Malalaman natin yung the greatness of a leader or a king can be determined by his advisors. So we must really choose kung sino yung nasa paligid natin. Lalong-lalo na kapag meron tayong big decision making sa buhay. If one is trying to practice his spirituality, not all spiritualists, even bhakti yogis, is worth having association with. Close association. So pwede naman tayo talagang magkaroon ng a lot of friends. Pero may level of friendship kasi. May friendship na casual, may friendship na mas more may alam sa bawat isa, pero may friendship na mas deep. May mga tao rin tayong mga kasama sa buhay na we don't have that familiarity, pero formality lang. Pero we listen to them. They are our advisors. So it doesn't mean na pipiliin lang natin yung mga tao sa paligid natin na okay, dapat lahat sila. And we will not qualify ourselves na maging qualified or how to call this, na maging ride or die para sa kanila. Mag-effort din dapat tayo na sila, pipiliin din tayo. Not just tayo lang yung mag-benefit. Like our topic yesterday, we don't want na iniisip lang natin yung sarili natin. Ano yung mako-contribute natin. So this is one of the wisdom for the Bhagavad Gita study today. Choose your ride or die. Hindi yung nag-ride along lang tayo sa isang tao or nag-ride along lang yung sa tao sa atin kapag okay lang yung nangyayari. Sometimes yung mga ride or die na yan magbibigay sa atin ng real talk. Kasi kailangan natin magising. If one is just consulting to a person pero gusto lang niya marinig yung nasa isip niya, gusto lang niya magkaroon ng validation, it's not real friendship. Of course, it's a support, moral support, or emotional support. Pero hayaan mo yung kaibigan mo, yung real friend mo na malugmok. Of course, it's not our license then para i-check nung nangyayari sa paligid or i-micromanage natin yung mga kaibigan natin. We should be sensitive enough kung ano yung needs, interest, and concern nila para mas maging okay yung buhay nila. Para manalo sila sa kanilang battle. So we have Arjuna and Krishna automatically, because of Krishna's presence, they win the battle. So you choose your ride or die, and we know that Krishna is also our ride or die, the most prominent ride or die na meron tayo. He never left us, ups and downs natin. Mayaman ka or mahirap ka, nandyan si Krishna for you. Nasa body tayo ng human being or even nasa demigod body tayo before or nasa king's body tayo, si Krishna nandyan. Lalo-lalo na nandun tayo sa body ng worm. Or nagkaroon tayo ng karma, nandun tayo sa body ng mga insects. Or even non-moving living entity. Yung mountains, yung rock, yung trees, mga non-moving inanimate objects sila. Pero they're alive. Yung soul na pupunta doon. May karma tayo na punta tayo doon. Si Krishna sinamahan pa rin tayo. So sure, ride or die and be a ride or die. Hare Krishna.